Okay, I pressed the wrong button. This is going to go well. We'll see. Hello, everyone. Or, well, the few people that are here. That kind of sucks. So I had a crash, first time in a week, which blows. I haven't done anything to my drivers or anything. So last Monday I had a couple of crashes. I DDU'd everything. Went back to older drivers and it worked for 4 streams. Great. I thought I'd fixed it. Everything's been running smooth as you fucking like. Even today the game was running great. The game was running way better today than it's ran for ages. But it just again... the game just paused. So the game crashes. It comes up in OBS saying an NVENC error, which to me means the GPU has crashed, but I don't know. We shall see. I've messaged my dude at PC Specialist. He did message me last week and offer some help, and I don't think it's the Intel thing. I don't think it's the CPU. I don't, Acid, because like even just like I had 3 crashes in like a day and a bit, and then I did the DDU thing, changed the drivers, and it hasn't done it for many days running. I think it's GPU related. I really do, but I don't know. I haven't done a great deal. I've just restarted. I don't think it's overheating, Bear. I don't think so, but I'll put the stats up for me while I'm playing now, and we'll just see how hot it gets. But I don't think it's getting like overly hot. No, I don't think so. Anyway, right, I'm going to get back in the game and then we'll just see how we go. Unfortunately, that's just obviously cut the throat of the stream just as we were getting going, but oh well, we'll carry on and hopefully things will be okay. Yeah, well, Dirty Harry, it's one of those things I can't help, but it obviously it sucks for me because it really affects my ability to stream if it crashes, you know, like one crash a day is like, it can even ruin everything in a way, you know, but anyway, it's just worked for 4 streams running, hopefully it'll work for another 4 now, we'll see. We shall see. So I've got my GPU temperature up on the screen. You won't be able to see it, but I can see it. I'm not playing the game much yet. GPU utilities at 70% at the moment, but that's obviously to do with how much I'm using it for streaming, I guess. I don't know. CPU utilities at 14%. Obviously, we're not using the CPU very much. Well, you want the GPU to be used, don't you? There's no point it being underused. Well, the GPU temperature at the moment is 53 Celsius. But I'm sure it'll probably warm a touch now that we're actually playing the game. Ooh, a blaze. $56. It's weird. I've got all the stats up, so I'm using the NVIDIA overlay stats. There's like it's got FPS, then FPS 1% L. I don't know what that is. GPU utility, GPU temp, GPU clock, GPU voltage, power, fan, VRAM, CPU utility, RLAT, and PCL. I don't even know what they are, but anyway. Should level out at 65 to 75. We shall see. It's 57, 58 at the moment. Quay, thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate it. Thank you. That's kind, dude. Thank you very much. Coach, I've had the card since it's been installed since April last year, but I guess anything can happen, whether it's the card or whether it's the PC. Like, everything works until it doesn't it, I suppose, but... Acid, I made sure it was plugged in. I didn't take it out and put it back in, but I made sure the power connector was in properly both ends. But I didn't take it out of the slot and put it back in the slot, so I guess that's the next thing for me to do. But anyway, we'll see. The temperature's still not going up crazily. It's still sitting at 57 Celsius, the GPU right now. I am in the middle of a nowhere area in the game though, aren't I? You know, like when we get somewhere a bit more juicy, I think it'll probably have to work a touch harder. Fed, I DDU'd because of crashes, so I DDU'd because of crashes to try and fix the errors I was getting. Somewhat ironically, the game actually feels to be playing really much better today. Well, since the other day. Magic Conch, well, cheers for tuning in. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Keo, thank you for the follow. Just got your TMZ shirt 5 minutes ago. Very cool. Dark Knight, I had a crash. I think a GPU crash, but I'm not 100% sure. I guess I don't actually need anything from here. There's no point looting the houses. I'm kind of alright with the loot I've got. I wouldn't mind a stab vest. Sorry, not a stab vest. I won't mind a plate carrier, but I don't need the... I don't need anything from here, I don't think. Let's just fix these pants. Cheers, Shah. I'll do my best. Thank you for coming in. I am still alive in Deer Isle, a greedy gymnast. Yeah, or greed gymnast. I'm just not playing it right now. Oh, let's fix it. Yeah, it's got a support under it, Simon, the card. I'm going to try and just dry up a touch, because I think I'm a bit wet around the gills, as it were. Cheers, Greed. Thank you for coming in. Crico, by the way, thank you for the 19 months. That's very cool, dude. Thank you. I heard if you drink plenty of whiskey while streaming, the effects of the crash won't bother you. Well, that's a good shout. That's not a bad shout. That might help. It is doing my head in, Jamie. Yeah, I am a bit frustrated. GPU temperature is still sitting at 57-ish. It's not going up, but I'm not really in a heavy area of the game right now. But I'd be surprised if it's overheating based on that. It's not really getting particularly hot at all, is it? I updated the BIOS, Wasted, because people were telling me I should, because of the CPU that I had. So I updated the BIOS after, I don't know when I did it now, but I did it long after there was a fix applied because of the CPU I was using. I just don't think I'm crashing because of the CPU, though, dude. I really don't. I don't think I'd be. I don't think it'd be saying NVENC error in the in OBS if it was the CPU crashing. I think it's the game that's crashing. I think it's the graphics card that's crashing. There's no. I don't need to roll the BIOS back, Rhubarb. There's nothing wrong. I did the BIOS update ages ago. It's not. It's not that. I don't believe it's the CPU. But anyway, we'll have to wait. I guess I've messaged PC Specialist. They'll probably. Get me to send them my crash logs and whatnot, maybe, and they'll look at what they think might be causing it, I suppose. We'll see. I'm definitely older than then, Wasted. I updated it, but I don't know. I don't know when I... Oh, look, the pig's been killed. I definitely updated it, but I don't know when. Sometime in the last year to 18 months. I'd really be surprised if it's that's causing this, though. I really would, but we'll see. Yeah, I heard the pig. It was being attacked by the pig. Sorry, being attacked by the pig. It was being attacked by the zombie, I think, which is cool. Now we get free foods. Well, that's what's happening, Alpha. When I'm like the game freezes and OBS crashes. And then everything's just paused, and I press Control-Alt-Delete, and then it eventually comes up with the option to go to Task Manager or not, and then everything comes back. So it doesn't need to reboot, but it does freeze the PC. Like, everything freezes. Well, I'm looking at the CPU. Oh, that's not temperature actually. My Corsair overlay does the CPU, I think. That crash has killed the view count. It will do, Harry. Yeah, it'll take hours to come back. That's why it's so frustrating for me. Yeah. It like we'd been streaming for 2 hours-ish, 3 hours nearly, which means you've spent those 3 hours building up your view count to your regular level, and then if you get a crash, it all starts from zero again. You know, it's much worse on YouTube as well than it is on Twitch for that, unfortunately. Hey, Everyday Z Pro, hope you're good. Hopefully we can. It's just so weird. Everything seems to be running fucking great. Like it's playing better now than it has done for weeks and weeks. One thing that's very cool though, like the guy Rob who I talk to at PC Specialist, like anything that we do I talk to him about. After I crashed last week, he did send me a message and I explained I'd DDU'd it and I think it was going to be alright, and he was like, just let me know if anything's not alright. So their support is really, really good, both to anyone that's a customer and also to me, you know. And I did buy this PC, I am a customer, it is under warranty, so they will be very, very helpful. So we'll see how we go, but I don't know. I really felt like it was based on the fact that where I've been having crashes regularly, as in more than one a day, and then I DDU'd the GPU and then rolled back the driver. Both times it fixed it for an extended period. You know, I was crashing every day. I changed it on the GPU, and then I don't crash for a week before. So I don't know. It's either something causing the GPU to crash or it's the GPU. But who knows? We'll see. You can see my in-game settings tricky in the Nightbot post that Fugazi's just shared there. Look, the Nightbot post, that's my settings, it's a picture of them. I don't have automatic GPU drivers on Jeebus. I've not had any updates to my GPU. It's still telling me there's a new one. Actually, we ought to just quickly do the hunting stand. I definitely don't need more RAM. I've got 64 gigabytes. %99% of GPU drivers are just to optimize games. I don't know. Yeah, they are. Sometimes they do some different things that fix issues with, like, the recording side of things, which is handy for me, or they'll do some stuff that add different features or make it slightly more user-friendly for recording in, say, HDR or whatever, or changing the formats you can record in to include new ones and things, perhaps, but most of the time it's for stuff to do with updates on games that you don't play, like you say. Honestly, I thought I'd fixed it. I really did. Well, my GPU's definitely not overheating. It's still sitting on 58 Celsius. It's not gone above 60 yet. At all. No, Missy, I have a 5090 Nvidia card. If you're wanting to stream, Nvidia seem to be the option because they're normally better for streaming, you know. Yeah, Event Viewer was something I can't go and look at it now. I just thought I'd stream, right? But Event Viewer seems to be a possible place I might find what's going on, maybe. But I've not tried to fault find since the last crash. I've just reset everything, made another cup of coffee, sent a message to my PC Specialist contact, and then restarted the stream. So I can't do that and try to stream some more, you know. I won't remember that for later, Stealth Eagle, but I'll just go and Google Event Viewer, and I've never used it before, but I'm sure I can work it out. Shah, I have a very, very good PSU that's more than capable of driving what I'm using. The GPU's using 317, 18 watts right now. 19. shit. No, exactly. Event viewer's not going to help me much, but I may well be able to send it to somebody that knows what they're doing. Is probably more to the point. I haven't got a clue. Lucky for me, everyone in this chat is an expert. Well, people are trying to be helpful, but there's not much that I can do immediately now. I just hope it runs now for a bit, and then I can talk to PC Specialist, and they can maybe look at my crash logs to see what they think. Any tips for beginners working with OBS? Watch Nerd or Die's setup tutorials on YouTube. It just feels so smooth today as well. That's the thing. It feels better than it has done for ages. I have done Bucky Nick. That's what I said. Yeah, I have done that. Yeah, they're already offered to help last week when I was getting crashes. So yeah, they'll be on the case. Nice try, Henny. Excuse me. Everyday Pro, every DayZ Pro. Thank you. Yeah, I think that'll be next. Well, in fact, I know it's next week's video. Finn's already sent me the draft of it. Firedog, thank you for the 90 months. That's really kind. Cheers for the very long resub. Spirit Chef, thank you. Crico, thank you as well. Fortunately, I've tried to come here because it feels like a safer fire to cook at. Now we've got to fuck about a bit. Might as well just cook this. I might as well cook that as well. So I'm obviously not monitoring everything, but I am monitoring GPU temps. It's not gone above 60 Celsius yet. It's still sitting at 57. So I don't think my GPU is getting too hot. I do get hay fever, which is seasonal allergies. I do get that. But normally, for me, I get seasonal allergies with grass pollen, and it's normally, in the UK, it's normally May to July-ish. I don't normally get any allergies this time of year, but I've been sneezing a bit. I don't know, maybe the tree pollen is affecting me more than normal, or there's some particular tree around here that's doing it. I don't know. I don't think it's a temperature issue, Smiling, but I don't know. I'm not going to be able to fix it now. Let's just stream, guys. Hopefully there's no more crashes today, and I'll wait and see what PC specialists do, because they can give me much more bespoke advice based on my rig. I'm not going to be able to fix it right now while streaming. I don't think I'm going to be able to fix it full stop, but we shall see. I do, Rexley, yeah, I'm just not playing it at the moment. I've just been fancying a break.
I was having a heated discussion with Mrs. HTB regarding my preference for a coaxial movement over the Swiss lever escapement, due to the reduced friction. Less friction, my ass, was her uneducated reply. What are your insights for such an evidently cognitively deficient soul to...
I think coaxial is a bit of a... It's the George Daniels movement, coaxial, right? So it's the George Daniels double escapement movement, coaxial, as used by next to nobody other than Omega. And Omegas are just fine, but they're not actually a great deal better than, say, something from, I don't know, like Rolex. Like, they use different tech to achieve similar things. Most Rolexes are very, very slightly more accurate in terms of closer to 0 seconds than an Omega would be, even though it has a coaxial. The main benefit of a coaxial movement is that as the power reduces, the accuracy remains. So if it's got 10 hours left of life before the main string dies, it should still be fairly accurate, almost as accurate as if it was fully wound. That's the main benefit. However, modern watches with modern tech, I would say that your wife is right. Less friction, my ass. I agree with her. Yeah, I think it's much safer to agree with the Mrs. Head T-Ball. Cheers for the bits, dude. Thank you. Am I opening a steakhouse here? No, I just found a dead pig, so I'm going to eat it. You know, find a dead pig, eat it. Seems kind of stupid not to take the opportunity when it arises. Num num num. I had pork chops for lunch today. They were glorious. Yes, I had 2. Amigas are a fair bit cheaper than I imagine things. Midel, they are. There are differences between them. There are plus and minuses to both, by the way. They're not. There's other watches to buy than beyond those two. It was more comparing the root movements, but they're not as cheap as they once were. You know, like an Amiga Speedmaster Moonwatch is manual wind, and I think nowadays for a steel one with a decent, well, they're like £8,000. They used to be 3,000. You know, they're not as expensive as a Rolex, but they're a lot closer than they were. Like even the Seamasters, the regular dive watch from Amiga, they're like £6,000. You know, they used to be 3. I know it was 5-6 years ago, but they've doubled in price, while at the same time the equivalent Rolex has gone up, let's say 50% in price. So the price difference is less than it used to be. They're both gone up stupidly much, though. They're both more than they should be nowadays, to be fair. Both. There's other things to buy that are better value. Do I like Grand Seiko? They're all right. Some of them are really, really nice, but I don't know. They're a bit of like the actual steel bracelets or the metal bracelets mostly are a bit shy on those, but the watch faces are better than anybody else's. You've got a Moonwatch from like the 60s or 70s of your Pro. Very nice. Tiny, you're not subbed at the moment, so your Prime must have run out. You only get adverts where you subscribe to use your Amazon, where you use your Twitch Prime. So if you subscribe to a channel using Prime, you don't see ads on that channel, but you don't get ad-free everywhere on Twitch. Sometimes it happens, Tiny. It might come up later today, or I don't know what to tell you, dude. But hopefully it sorts. You don't actually have the Amazon Prime logo. If you see Sergeant Naman and Crowd Control, you see that little blue square with the white crown. If you've got Amazon Prime connected correctly, you should have that little square logo. Can you buy them as an investment then? I wouldn't recommend it, Professor Bash, no. Like, not modern watches. If you could buy a Rolex Daytona, brand new steel at retail, it's kind of an investment, because you could buy it today for whatever it costs, £13,000, and sell it today for £22,000. You know, you could make money on it today, but if you could buy one of those, it wouldn't be an investment, because that means you'd spent fucking hundreds of thousands of pounds in the shop on something else, you know. Like, you don't just walk in and buy one of those, you know. So no, you can't really. No, you can't. They're not investments in any way, shape or form, but they are a little bit of a store of value. So if you bought a fancy watch and you wore it for 20 years, you could sell it in 20 years, and chances are you'd get a bit more than you paid for it back. But it wouldn't be an investment, because if you'd invested that money in something sensible, you'd have done way better. Lost viewers will cost you dearly. I understand the problems of a crash, Bucky Nick, but there's nothing I can do to just fix it immediately. I did what I could last week. I spent Monday evening fixing it. It worked for a week, and now it's crashed again. So my choices are not to stream when I don't know how to fix it, or to stream and see how I go, you know. So that's what I'm doing for now. But yeah, crashing is a pain in the ass for me, yeah, especially on YouTube. It's less so on Twitch. When I crashed on Twitch, I had 1,050 views. I'm already nearly up to 800, you know, so the Twitch audience comes back quickly. But the way YouTube works for streams, you're basically shafted. It will take me 2 or 3 hours to get back to where I was on YouTube, if I'm lucky. I think so, Andrew. Yeah, we'll see. The only way you're going to lose people is if those people are not truly fans. If you can't wait out and figure it out with you, then they can go off somewhere else. That's not true, bro, man. It's just not how YouTube works, you know. Like, that's not to say that they're not fans, you know. If you've got, I don't know, a supermarket, right? To keep it simple, a supermarket where someone's walking around with a trolley buying stuff from you, and the fire alarm goes off and you have to tell them to leave, and you say, I'm sorry, we can't tell you when we're going to reopen. Most anybody sensible that needs food is going to just go off to the next supermarket and get the shopping, you know. And it's a lot like that with YouTube, you know. If the stream crashes, the viewer doesn't know why it's crashing. They're going to go, well, he's off now. I don't know. Maybe he's crashed. Maybe he's done for the day. I don't know. Oh, there's another DayZ stream. I'll go and watch that. It's not about loyalty or working things out. It's about, I don't know, if you're listening to the radio and the radio channel stops broadcasting, you'll just put another radio station on, you know. Like, that's not about fans, and it's not about anything other than listening to something while you're doing whatever you're doing that day, while you're driving to work, or while you're working from home and watching a stream, you know. It's just what happens. Especially with YouTube, because you can't carry on the previous stream. So once you've stopped it, that stream becomes a VOD, and you have to start a brand new stream from scratch with no viewers, you know. Because of the way YouTube works, if you're streaming, it's showing a live stream, and your audience gradually grows for hours and hours and hours. As soon as it's ended, that's now a VOD in the history of YouTube. It's now a video as such, and you have to start a new live one from zero. So the nature of the way YouTube works means that you're going to spend many hours getting your viewership back. Anyway, it is what it is, you know. Tech things can be tech things. I honestly feel like it's software related, but it's clearly not GPU software related. Or if it is, I don't know. It might be hardware. It's certainly not that my GPU's overheating. We're still not got above 60 Celsius. It's currently sitting on 58 Celsius, my GPU. Am I a cigar guy? I am not every day. I've kind of thought about it. I do like whiskey, and a lot of people that like whiskey like cigars. But I've been on a big health kick, and I think starting a cigar habit when I'm trying to be healthy feels like a bit of a, I don't know, probably a, yeah. I don't think it's for now. Maybe one day. Just crazy. It feels to be running so well at the moment. Food stamp. I'd probably rather talk about the milk, get a definitive answer on the milk, than I would talk about how I can fix my PC. I probably don't need a great deal from here. I could do with a... I could do with a few more bullets, maybe. I don't think I need much else. Don't need a few more bullets, to be honest. I think we can probably go. Let's just start heading over towards Mishkino Tents, where all the action was yesterday. I'm sure it's healthier than many things every day, but I don't think it's particularly healthy on your mouth. You can get different types of things from holding the smoke in your mouth, I guess, but I'm sure it's healthier than smoking. I'm sure it's healthier than anything where you're actually inhaling it into your lungs. But I still think it's probably not great for your throat, your esophagus, maybe your mouth and so on. But nonetheless, there are certainly worse things, but I don't think people do it for the health benefits, do they? Clearly there's a flavour and a big... there's a large enjoyment out of it, but I don't think anyone's doing it as a health benefit, are they? You know, like, clearly it's not good for you. It's just one of the not as bad ones, but still not great. But anyway, nonetheless, it's not so much that. If I started smoking cigars, I feel like it would start me on, like, be making me more likely to have whiskey and more likely to do other things, because I feel like certain things go hand in hand, you know. Like, if I have any alcohol, then I'm going to start snacking. I'm pretty sure if I start smoking a cigar, I feel like it's going to make me want a whiskey. It's going to, yeah, I just don't see the point. Nonetheless, I'm not, I get it. Like, everyone needs a vice. I just don't need another vice right now. I'm so, like, frustrated about that crash purely because literally my game has been running smoother this last 5 days than it has done in ages. Don't see any Zs. That's really weird, actually, not seeing a single Z. Yeah, the last time I smoked a cigar, I didn't know. I inhaled it like it was a cigarette, which must be tremendously bad for you. It was 20 years ago, but nonetheless, yeah. The last time I had a cigar, I inhaled the whole thing fully, breathing it double dragoned out my nose and all sorts. Remind me of the clip saying that. Reminded me of the clip of that dude. I think it's a cameraman, like with the Aussie commentator who catches a ball and then chucks it back and then sits down and double dragons. That's fucking classic, that is. Last cigar at the age of 18. Exactly right, yes. That's why I was young enough and naive enough to think you were meant to inhale it. Exactly right, yes. Fuck me!
Your healthy journey has inspired me to start my own, and I'm astonished at the changes I've achieved in such a short time. Through push-ups, I've put 4 inches on my chest measurement and have now officially gone from stick-like to puny. My goal is robust wimp.
Stick-like to puny. Well, that fucking blows. I saw him relatively quickly, but I think I even hit him with that shot, but it didn't do anything. Fair play to that dude. He absolutely killed me instantly, didn't he? He must have hit me in the head because I dropped dead. No uncon, no nothing. I was more looking for a player as well. I was looking around where I was for a player more so than anything else. Anyway, Head T-Ball, thank you for the bits. That fucking blows. We're going to respawn in a sec, but while I'm dead, I'm going to go and put my dinner on. Might as well. Well, the zombies had actually just started spawning in, Cal, so they just took a little while to start spawning, so that dude hadn't come from the base. He'd come from the side or behind. The zombies were spawning in down at the base. I just think he was coming the same as me and spotted me before I spotted him. He was just a smidge far away for the shotgun as well. But nonetheless, I only got one shot off and I think I hit him. But at that range, probably did fuck all with the shotgun, you know. Right, I'll be back in a sec. Won't be long. Well, I'll be about 5 minutes.
It's time to start running!
Right, I'm back. Yeah, I am back. Well spotted, Pinkster. I hadn't realised I was muted. Just quickly eating. I've only just sat down, but yeah, that moved the mouse, Pinkster. But I hadn't realised, so well, fair play. Like fucking Sherlock Holmes over here. Yeah, I've got minted lamb burger with courgettes, peppers, and some sweet potato mash. It's pretty good. The sweet potato's a bit baby food like. Feel like I'm about to go and arrest Clarence Bodicker now. Now I've feasted on my baby food. Did I have mushy peas? Nope, I had curry sauce. It's a fried meal, malware, yeah. I'm not sponsored by Thrive, so yeah, I'm not pushing them down anyone's throats. I don't give a fuck. Hello Fresh, I'm sure, are very good too. But yeah, I really like them. They have been very good. Like they're a bit small on the portion size, but that's kind of the point, you know. They're good for calorie control. They're really varied, and they all taste very good. Russell, is this live now? It is, but I just died, so I'm just quickly scoffing some dinner, and then we're going to respawn. Please respawn and try again. Have you had any that were horrible? No. Not one. They were all really good. Fernando, see the Nightbot command, a couple of messages below yours, dude. Right, I'm nearly done actually. It's not a quick, very easy, very hard one to eat, this one, but I'm just going to quickly get it done and then we'll spawn back in. I'll get a crash to game one, Muttley. You can have a band again one. Yeah, wee bastard, yeah. Oh no, I clicked random. Fuck. Alright, I have to respawn again. I'm not really finished eating yet, so. Alright, the spawn. It's a decent spawn. We're right by the 3 houses to my left here, and 2 houses, sorry. It's a good spawn. Alas, we can't keep it. Nether Games, I think, I don't know if Blackout still streams, but Jamjar definitely still streams. I think he streams Grand Theft Auto RP. Jamjar definitely still streams regularly. In the UK, he streams through the night a lot, or he used to. But Mr. Blackout, I think he still streams occasionally. I don't think he streams full time, but I think he still streams, just not DayZ. Right, don't click fucking random this time, Paul. Dropped a fucking knife on the floor, marvellous. Right, where are we this time? Near Kamishovo by the look of it. I think there was a faint sound, Disser. I actually thought I picked it up. That's why I turned to... I thought I heard a faint sound, which is why I looked towards where the player was. I only have my headphones low, but yeah, I think I heard it too. In fact, it's not... It's fucking Solnichi, which sucks. I think I'm going to take it, though. I'm not respawning. I'm just going to take shitty Solnichi and see how we go. Jamjar was streaming this morning. Yeah, like I say, I think he still streams all the time, Jamjar, like many times a week. Oh no, I don't want that. I hate this spawn. It's Solnichi and Three Valleys are the worst 2 spawns, I think, but nonetheless, I don't want to respawn. I'm just going to take it. Fuck me. Oh no. I just had a huge pause then. I thought I was crashing. It just all froze and then didn't drop like before. But that was the same thing, but it didn't drop that time. So it paused, everything paused. Nothing seems to be... like my GPU temperature is 57 Celsius, right? So I don't think... I don't think it's that. I'm sure it's something, but it ain't temperature. RJ, no, my PC keeps freezing and then sometimes it crashes the GPU. Let's not try to fix it now, RJ, please, please. Let's not try to fix it. Please. Let's just assume it's broken forever. Apparently... Oh, encoding overloaded. I'm getting encoding overloaded on YouTube. Oh, fuck me dead. Let's just try that. may be back to normal on YouTube now. I always love it when I get like 10 seconds of issues and then Longshanks is just like, I'm off. Cheers, Longshanks. Why don't you kick me in the nuts on the way? I still don't know if it's working any better on YouTube or not, because the chat's just seemingly stopped, so I don't know. I've not skipped any more frames, so hopefully it's back. But nobody's on YouTube chat anymore, so I'm somewhat doubting it's even working. Fuck me. Whatever it was, it worked. Okay, YouTube is back. Very good. Well, I've just turned... All I've done is turned off the stream of going to Steam. I can't even say it. So I'm streaming 1 time less right now. Thanks, Pinkster. Just when you said you got encoding overloaded, the stream on YouTube started playing normally. Yeah, because when I realised it was saying that, I turned something off. There were steps the other side there. I think that was a player. Cheers, Mick. Thank you very much. Mick Road, thank you for the 42 months. Welsh Kevin, thank you too. Hello.
Hey. Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. See you at this specs Samsung 980 Pro. Nate, I only use that for shadow play recordings, dude. I don't see how that would have any other bearing though. It's not. Assuming the 980 Pro Samsung, that's the SSD, right? I only use that for shadow play recordings. It literally is. It's an 8 terabyte drive just for recording DayZ. That's all it does. It's the D drive. So I don't think that will have any bearing on anything else. He had a can of food, did he? Oh, so he did. It's not running the game or running OBS or running anything. Does the server have hidden loot barrels? Mega, if there's a hidden loot barrel, it's from a player. There's no modded version on here. There's no need to set up any kind of raid thing, Fishy, when you're using a 8 terabyte hard drive just for shadow play recordings. It doesn't need any kind of special configuration. It's just there. It's quick as fuck, and it's only for recording. However, I only got it because at the time my ex was really struggling with the read-write noise of my other hard drive. I had a 16 terabyte old-style hard drive. And when I used to record with Shadowplay, it used to click and tick and make a shitload of noise. And it used to annoy her through the floor while she was downstairs. So I spent crazy money on an 8 terabyte hard drive just so that it was quiet. Fishy, what problem are we trying to solve? If my hard drive fails, I just won't be able to record. You know, like what's it going to fix? I'm using it to record. Talking about the 2 terabyte one, I have not done anything with that. I didn't know it was a Samsung, to be honest, but the M2 stick thing, I don't think I've done any updates to any firmware on that since I bought it. No, Fishy, but I've just got one hard drive and I use it for recording only. SSDs are pretty reliable. I don't think it's likely to get corrupted when all I do is record from Shadowplay into it and that's it. I don't think I need to do anything with it. It's fine. Cheers, Nate. Maybe if you don't mind Twitter DMing at me, that way I'll definitely see it more reliably. If that's alright, I can have a look. God, I really don't want to start updating stuff like that, but if I have to, I have to, you know, it might help. You should play Labs. I don't really do really heavily modded stuff, dude. It's not really the side of the game I enjoy personally, so I don't normally do it. That OBS encoding overloaded thing that just came up, came up just after the last freeze. That really makes me believe it's the graphics card, and maybe it's just how much I'm pushing it to stream with multi-streaming. But nonetheless, it makes me all the more believe it's the graphics card that's causing my issues, because OBS encoding overloaded implies that I'm trying to do too many things at once with OBS, which is the card not coping with what I'm asking it to do. Which map do I know by heart the best? Chernarus. I know Namalsk incredibly well. I think I know Diral really well. Namalsk is only small, but I know Namalsk. Like, I can go anywhere on it by memory, of course, you know. I can find the submarine and the outpost from memory too, you know. Well, encoding overloaded, it's the graphics card that does the encoding, right? Nothing else is doing encoding, just the card. So I think I'm on the latest version of OBS. I don't think there's anything I could change there. I know Livonia really well, yeah. I don't know it as well probably as Namalsk, but and certainly not Chernarus, but I know Livonia very well, yeah. Yeah, Fishy Finger. What a name, by the way, Fishy Finger. Fishy Finger Freddy. If I lost my entire hard drive today, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because it's just Shadowplay recordings of the last 6 to 8 weeks of what I've got. Like, the most recent thing that I needed to send to Finn, my editor, is already gone to Finn, my editor. We work very much hand to mouth on videos. I don't need to. I'm not losing the crown jewels if I lost the last 6 weeks of my thing, because Finn can edit from the live stream as well, you know. Some of our videos are edited from hard drive footage, some are edited from the stream itself. He can always do that as a backup. I've got a backup to my recordings with all the stream footage, you know. GeoGuessr on Chernarus, I was pretty good at it, Jalla. Yeah, there was one, but there was only a few pictures, but yeah, I was pretty good at it. How do you watch this full screen? True North, I think you can swipe to one side and it takes you to the full screen. If you're watching the sort of shorts version of the stream. Oh, I hope they do it, Mike. I hope they do it. On mobile, click Shorts, pause the video and select Live in the top ribbon, then scroll to find the stream in vertical format. I think he's trying to find the stream in horizontal format though, isn't he? He's trying to see it in full screen. Do you like cotton cheese? I don't even know what cotton cheese is. I assume you mean cottage cheese. And no, I don't. Greasy, I'm trying it today, yeah, but I don't have to do that. YouTube does it for me. So YouTube will put a version of your streaming to the Shorts feed so that it can capture people watching YouTube on their mobile. I don't really think it's a great idea, but I'm just trying it today. Am I a cat? No, then why am I eating cat food? Because you got to do what you got to do to survive, dude. I'm going to add dog food in a minute. In the UK, all cat and dog food has to be suitable for human consumption. Has to be, by law. And I'm sure in Chernarus it's the same rules. So it's perfectly edible, dude. Doesn't mean I'd necessarily want it, but if it was a choice between cat food or starvation, I pick cat food. Cotton cheese, yeah, it gets stuck in your teeth, wouldn't it? Well, that's what I thought, Michelle. There's no harm in seeing how it works. Even if 20 people find it, it's still 20 people that didn't find me any other way. You are what you eat. Yeah, that's right, Captain. That's why in a minute, when it gets dark, I'm going to sit down on the floor, lift one of my feet up to the sky, and then lick my cock like there's no tomorrow. Because I'm a cat now, not because I am what I eat. I am a cock as well, though. Survival situation, you only have cottage cheese and cat food. Which do you give up? Which do you eat first? I definitely eat the cat food first. I fucking hate cottage cheese. I'd eat the cat first. Never mind that. Yeah. Will it be Glenallachie or Glen Scotia? I've never had either of those, real blight. Either sounds nice. What a terrible day to have ears. Do I check if your daughters are in the viewer list before saying these things? If Maggie's watching the stream, she always talks acid, so I just know. Trust me, it's fine. Is that classed as a snack? I don't think it's really a snack, no. Gotta say, doner kebabs, I think I'd rather eat cat food. To be fair, as other people have been saying, when you're drunk, a drunk doner kebab is a thing of beauty, but a sober doner kebab is like getting caught wanking at work or something. It's shameful behaviour. True North outdoorsman. I like room service and having a clean ass. So survival bushcraft stuff. I did do some on the first DayZ trip. They had us lighting fires with a striking stick and stuff. It was kind of fun. You know, we cooked some sausages on a fire on a stick. It was the nicest sausage I've ever had that was very specifically this. Burnt to a cinder on the outside and cold as fuck on the middle. They were lovely. They were. Anyway, I like a lot of the survival stuff on YouTube. I really like the Outdoor Boys. I've been watching Alone quite a bit online lately as well. Alone, the series. I enjoy those types of shows, but I like to have a shower every day too much. You know, I like to. If I'm going somewhere for leisure, I like to be clean. It's not 129 experimental, Ramon, no. dude making the cold noise kind of annoying. I really wish I'd actually got in that fight. It sucks. Always eat doner kebabs, gorgeous. Sorry, always eat doner kebabs over. They're bloody gorgeous. Well, if you like them, that's fine. I don't know quite how they get that much lamb. It looks like an elephant leg, but it's meant to be lamb. That confuses me. I think it's reconstituted lamb somewhat. You know, there's like hoof and eyelashes and all sorts in that. But whatever floats your boat. If I go to a kebab shop, I'm rather keen on the shish, the lamb shish, which is actually grilled pieces of lamb. That to me tastes nicer. But I'm a snob, I know. What's going on with 129? Are they having issues? When they launched the new experimental version of it, they said it would be at least 4 to 6 weeks before it went stable. We're still in that time, so we shall see. I'm sure the meat is all from just one lamb. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, that's one lamb, all right. It's a big fucking lamb. That's true, that guy. We do get some interesting topics. Well, yeah. Again, Sam, if you like it, I do quite like a kebab, but I definitely have become more of a shish. Lamb shish is my go-to. It's kind of nice. Just like it's actually pretty good if you're going to get a takeaway. It's one of the best takeaways, isn't it? Like a lamb or a chicken shish. It's just like grilled, like barbecued lamb or barbecued chicken. It's pretty good. There's not much bad there. There's some decent protein and some salad. It's not bad at all. As far as takeaways goes, it's pretty good. You can stay clean in the wilderness. All you have to do is craft a makeshift shower out of a caribou's stomach lining. Sounds easy, you know, like there's caribous all over the place in the UK. You can't move for them, caribous. What's a caribou? You're not going to like my answer.
Any optimization for PS5 on DayZ? A PS5 version?
There is no PS5 version. They are laying the groundwork for one. At the moment, the only optimization is to get PC. From what they said recently, that they are soon to be releasing a patch that will make the Xbox run slightly more improved, and PlayStation is coming, but a little bit behind. But there isn't a dedicated PS5 version yet, no. .95% of lambs sold in lamb shops is actually goat. Are they allowed to do that if they're selling you a lamb shish kebab or a lamb doner kebab? I don't know if they are they? I've had kofti plenty of times, Adam. I think I probably had Adna, but I like shish kebab if I'm going to a takeaway. Kofti's pretty good though. Kofti's always a lot better if you go to like more of a restaurant level place though, rather than a takeaway. The koftis are much nicer from like a Turkish restaurant rather than a takeaway. To me, anyway. Oleg, thank you for the membership. Cheers for the 22. Sorry I can't be much more help, but there is meant to be a new version coming for PS5, but it's not here yet. It's going to be a while, I think, dude. Snatch, well, I hope you have a nice time. I don't have a bottle, do I? That was the last life. There's a restaurant not so far from me, Adam, that does like Turkish, and you can get like a sharing platter, and it's fucking gorgeous between a couple of people. You get all sorts, but you get lamb and chicken shish, grilled lamb and chicken wings, lamb chops, and lamb ribs as well. I think you get loads of stuff. It's really, really good. Oh, fuck me! Surely my stomach must be getting full like any second. This has taken ages. Oh, that's what we need. Okay. What, did they not make it? That sucks. She's been at the end game, so I haven't even seen the end game yet. She's been at the end game so much. That was a fucking dragon punch of an uppercut, wasn't it? What? Oh, fuck me. I hit this dude so many times I was convinced he was going to drop. I don't know what you're talking about, Longshanks. But let's not talk about it here, thank you. It's maybe a conversation for Reddit. Most land in the UK is privately owned, so you can't just go off and go hunting. That's not a new thing. That's always been the case. Most land in the UK is owned. You can't just go and hunt. Somebody owns the land. We have like lots and lots of bridle ways and public footpaths and stuff, even in farms and stuff. But you can't just go and hunt. That's not a new thing. That's just the way the UK is because it's a small country. Hi Omar, how you doing? We also don't have a very diverse amount of animals around in the UK. You know, we don't, like so many other places have lots and lots of different things. We don't have a lot. We don't have that many wild animals. We probably ate them all about 300 years ago. We've got slugs and snails, yeah. She missed the quest by 15 seconds. No. Somebody said 15. I thought it was 15 minutes. 15 seconds. Holy shit. That sucks. Just had another pause. I understand that, Longshanks. It's just like, I guess culturally it depends where you're from. Here it's not something that anybody is missing, you know. If you ask someone if hunting is an important thing and they've lived in the centre of London for the last 20 years, I think they're going to say no, you know. Like, it depends where you live and depends on the culture you're from, you know. We're just not that way here, you know. Like, is that better or worse? Well, it's just the way it is. There isn't a great deal to hunt, you know. Unless you're going to hunt like a fucking robin or something. That is something on the floor, maybe from a previous convoy, maybe? I don't know. Well, I can't even tell what it is. Nothing of any note. I think I can make a bag with that though. Oleg, thank you again. Cheers for the support, dude. I hope PS5 does get the update you want soon. That'd be cool. Hopefully we're okay. I did think I'd just had another crash a second ago, and the pause just kind of didn't do it. I do think that maybe multi-streaming is overloading shit, perhaps. It might be Twitch and the multi-streaming. I may have to go back to 1080p streaming on Twitch, which would change things some. Hi Gene, how you doing? Hope you're good. I don't really want to go back to 1080p streaming on Twitch, having bit the bullet and just gone with it for ages. It's such a shot. It's such a troll shotgun. Holy fuck. They should introduce rhinos and elephants to the UK to stimulate the local economy. Could do with a knife. At least then I could make some bolts for the shotgun. Yeah, I didn't see it, Blade, but we don't do politics, dude. Alex, there are wild deer in the UK. They are quite common, but the point is the land that they're on is owned by someone. You can't just go gallivanting around someone's land and do what you like. That's not how it works. Kind of been that way since long before I was born. It's been that way since the landed gentry. It'd be like if someone just took it upon themselves to come and hunt on your land, your house, you know, like on your front yard, and wait for a wild animal to cross it, you know. There's a lot of national parks, Slothdad, or sites of special interest that are reserved, like nature reserves and such like. Yeah, there was a knife. Oh well, I'm not going back. It was a kitchen knife, wasn't it? Is there any public land? Yeah, there are. Like if you in London, there are public parks, there are public spaces in suburban areas. There are public spaces, but if you're in rural areas, it's all farmland. Like we're only a relatively small country, so if you're rural, the land is farmed, it's owned and it's used, because there is no open space. We're a small country with 70 million people living here, you know, so the land is all used. But there are areas that are reserved as natural areas, nature reserves, and owned by, whether it be national charitable trusts or whether it be local councils, or some open areas are actually owned effectively by everybody that lives in the town or whatever it might be, you know. But all of the private land, that's like if it's a farmland and whatnot, there are bridleways and public footpaths through all of them. So you could have a farmer that's ploughing his field, and then in the middle of that field there is a public right-of-way access, and somebody could be walking their dog through the field all day, every day, different people, you know. So there's public right-of-ways through pretty much everywhere, and they're all marked up, and you're allowed to go and walk on them or whatever, but you have to stick to the bridleways if you're on farmland and whatnot. Well, of course that's the case, Longshanks. Yes, you need permission, but nobody does it. You know, like if the farmer wants to give you permission, like they'll probably be looking for someone to cull some rabbits because they're eating their crops or something. They don't just do it otherwise most of the time. Like they just don't. They if they're going to have a hunt on it, they'll organise it and use it as a means to make a little bit of extra money or something. You know. Where were you talking about, Zach? Oh, you're talking about America, yeah, in America, yeah. I'm just talking about the UK because I don't know about that very well. Wrong. Thank you for the 3 months. Cheers for the support. Oleg, thank you. I'm sure land is cheaper in the US than the UK. Because there's just more of it, you know. Yeah, it must be, and it will depend where you are. Like a strip of land in the centre of New York is going to be a lot more expensive than somewhere in the middle of nowhere where there's loads of space, obviously. But yeah, in general, I would guess that's the case. Yeah, except for in certain big cities and whatnot. thought it actually had a bolt. Alas, it does not. New York is bigger than the city. No shit, dude. But the land prices are going to be a lot more inside New York, aren't they? In the, like the suburban area, like the urban area. Sorry, like I was saying. You're right. Cheers, Zach. 17,000. Hope you're good. Excuse me. Just finished my coffee. I need more. Coffee in the evening. It'll be my last one. It's only 7:20. To be fair, it is the evening. However, I tend to stay awake till like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., something like that. Ideally 1 a.m. I heard a step. I did from that. So yeah, this is probably as late as I want to go to coffee-wise, I guess. I do sometimes have one a touch later, but it depends whether I'm intending to stay up later or not. But this will be fine. When you say New York, people probably think of the city. That's because that's what I meant, Bobby Cat. I meant New York City. Yeah, a piece of land in New York City is likely a lot more expensive than somewhere in the middle of nowhere. That's the point I was making, dude. Yes, land is more expensive where it's expensive, like in city centres. Fuck me dead, dude. Do you edit your own YouTube videos? Not anymore, Pixels. No, I use an editor. I've used 2 editors in the last couple of years, but I edited them all for about 8 years. Oh, fuck off, Bobby Cat. Just give me a break, will you? Are you really that pedantic? If I say a strip of land in the centre of New York, are you really saying that if I don't say in the centre of New York City, people don't know what I mean? Fuck off, dude. Get a fucking grip. Come on. Christ alive. Jesus, fuck me dead. Alright, that's enough of that. We already filled the stomach at the last one, didn't we? Repeater rounds, or magnum rounds maybe. I'm going to check a few houses around here. Years and years ago, I found my first Mosin ever in the game in this town. I was so excited. Not really, Woodring. It doesn't work that way. I just say what I think and then I get on. It's all good. Why are you carrying an empty bottle that you can fill? A good point. That's a very good question. Well asked. Because I forgot I'd picked the bottle up is the main reason. It never happens here usually. It's a very rare occurrence, you know. It hasn't happened all year, I'd say. It never has a used shotgun because people use it when I don't have a bottle, and then I go back thinking I've got a bottle. It gets used. It gets misused. It does. It gets misused shotgun. Misused. There's the repeater to go with the repeater rounds. Lucky us. Kaluk Kalay. I'll shoot someone today. I didn't say you did shotgun, but somebody did. Is there any way BI can deal with the hacking? Long term, I suspect not. No, I suspect not, unfortunately, dude. I think it's going to be a problem that might hang on for now. I don't know if maybe there might be a solution with AI one day. Maybe. Probably not, though, because then there'll just be people using AI to create more cheats. It's possible that the fall of humankind might be to do with AI cheats trying to battle AI anti-cheats in video games, spilling into the real world, creating some kind of Skynet scenario. Unfortunately, while there's money to be made selling video games, there's money to be made selling video game cheats, and there are literally businesses that exist with full development teams to make and sell video game cheats. And it's a multi-billion-dollar business, so it's really hard to get rid of, no matter what, unfortunately. It's not just a BI thing, it's an every online game thing, and it sucks. It really fucking sucks, but it's the truth. Right, nighttime is upon us. At least we've got a stab vest. A little bit frustrated about the death that we've had. I'm very, very pleased that last pause didn't cause the stream to crash. Sean, this server's running a mod that allows you to peek a door. So while the door's closed, you can open it to ajar and then peek through. But I've not used it yet. I think it's going to like get you killed. You just got done cleaning 3 feet of snow. Hey, fuck that, dude. Always peek a door when I'm trying to bandage. The only time I've done it is by accident so far, Nate, yeah. Am I teaming up with Holly on DRL this week? I don't think so. I've not been playing DRL the last couple of days, and if I do, I've got a solo character on the go, so I need to carry on that. I definitely want to team up with Holly again, and I understand she just missed the final quest zone just now, which sucks. But the character I've got on Deer Isle is logged off at Mount Katahdin on a solo run. Please tell me Uncle Food is humanly. Uncle Food is a cyborg mod sent from the future. Mr. Nobody, hope you're good. It is live, but it's going to be so dark you can't see now. Dear old burnout, or just switching up for some fun. I'm not really burnt out, dude. To be honest, it's more so that the character I'm on's quite stressful. I've got the staff, and I just can't face it. I wanted to just play and enjoy the game. So it's not so much that I'm burnt out, it's just more stress, and I've not yet wanted to do it. So I might do it tomorrow, I might do it Wednesday, but I'll do it this week at some point. It's definitely not fear, it's more about just wanting to enjoy the stream. You can call it fear if you want, Diablo, but I'm not afraid of it. The other thing as well is I'm a little bit... I'm going to use the word pensive, so you can call it fear. Not even that. I'm aware that I logged out in a particular place, and it's possible that some fucker might be waiting for me to come back in. So I really want to keep them waiting. In my mind, I'm like, if someone's going to wait and fucking camp for me to log back in, I want to make it a random occasion, and I want to make it not when they expect it, so at least they're having to wait. And I'm sure that's not happening, but it's making me feel happier in case it does. Yeah, Zebrams did that yesterday, Sergeant, with the bottle. I haven't actually done it as yet, but it's interesting. I quite like the idea of it. Smashing a bottle to make a melee is kind of cool, but yeah, accidentally doing it is annoying. You destroyed many bottles. Helladrill, by the way, thank you for the 51 months. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Wrong Design, thank you for the 3. That's interesting. The tart bag doesn't give you the same benefits as the burlap bag. I didn't know that. Give me 1 sec, by the way, guys.
Greetings from Norway, TRMZ love.
Johnny, thank you very much. Greetings, dude. Thanks for coming in. Thank you very much. I'm going to give you Skynet nightmares. Oh, sorry. It's okay. Maybe you'll be one of the lucky ones who isn't left in the resistance fighting the AI and cyborg overlords. You might get put into one of the battery stacks and live in the Matrix. You might, well, maybe you are already. Who knows? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm the
Hi, chat.
Agent Smith. I don't have the reactions of Agent Smith. Maybe I'm intentionally playing badly in DayZ all these years to throw people off who I really am. Do you think it's time to move servers to fuck the snipers off? I don't think there were snipers yesterday, dude. We actually had... One of the admins looked into it. The dude that killed me at the well was not related to the ones at Meshkino, which is really good news. I don't think it's all bad. I do think I get sniped sometimes, and I do think the admins aren't able to catch them because they can be watching on YouTube and not found so easily. Sometimes they can be found easily, but... Yeah, but... I don't know, dude. It doesn't matter where I go. It's going to happen. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes it will. It hasn't happened today. I think that kill was legit for sure. Mr. Anderson. Yeah, that's the one. Right. I don't think we need to loot most of this town. I've already got a stab vest. I could get something from the PD, maybe. Pause. Oh, that might... Oh, God, I thought I was crashing again. Oh, nice. I was just intending to loot a few houses up this track towards the well. I really like the modded skins on some of these guns. They make them look really different. It's kind of cool. And it's still only a repeater, but it looks badass. That's a modded beaker. Okay, that's good. I've just got 2 shells for that, so we're going to take it. It already had a shell in it, so now we've got 3 shells for that. Very good. The night time on this server doesn't last very long, by the way, guys, so it ain't going to be sticking around too long, and then we'll be back to being able to see. I think I am just going to quickly check the police station, and then maybe the medical, and then we're going to fuck off. One day you could play the glory days of DayZ, Armour Epoch or Overwatch. They're not the glory days for me, dude, because I started playing as standalone came out. I don't know when I would consider the glory days of DayZ. I don't know. I quite like it now, personally. There are a few bugs, to be fair, but there always was. But yeah, the mod was not my DayZ. I started with DayZ standalone, so yeah, not for me. Do you never get bored of playing this game? I played since the Armour 2 days, and I usually play this game for a few weeks and grind a load, then I go months without playing. Can't imagine consistently playing it non-stop. Not really, Ginger Ale, no. Hello, by the way. Hope you're good. The comparison I always use is it's a bit like asking a radio DJ if they get fed up of playing the same kind of music because they're on, like, I don't know, a country and western channel or an indie channel or whatever, you know, like... I don't... Like, streaming is very much more varied than gaming, you know. I can play DayZ on autopilot while I'm answering your question and chatting shit. We've had some interesting conversations about different things and whatever it might be through the course of the day. All random shit, as well as a lot of cock and ball jokes and arse and whatever. I don't know. Random shit. But yeah, the actual process of streaming is something I enjoy, so it's not... That's not the case for all streamers, but it is for me, because my stream's a bit more like, say, a talk radio show, you know? Like, it's a toing and froing with the chat, and the stream is as entertaining, if not more so, for me than the game. So I think I could sit in just chatting and stream for 5 hours and still have fun, you know? Irrespective. Yeah, we can talk about $2,000 toilet seats. Exactly. I don't think I could play DayZ like I do without the stream. Let's certainly put it that way. That's definitely a fact. Morphine on a police zombie. That's kind of interesting. Please let me fill it this time. Please, 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 please. Oh, fuck off. Burritos, I think you need to say city there, dude. It does, though, you're right. Cheers, Ginger Ale. It's all good. Thanks for coming in. It's quite a common question, dude, but I understand why. I do. I think it's certainly there are streamers out there, many streamers that get burnt out because of the game. They don't want to play it anymore and they just struggle. And I can understand that, but I spent 20 years doing retail jobs that I hated. I was burnt out of retail, you know, like going to work wishing your car would break down so you didn't have to go in that day was much worse than this, you know. I love this. This is great. Most of the time. Don't want the other morphine. I got kind of sidetracked by the Z, I think. But no, I only need one. I should have picked it up, but I'm not going back. Fuck it. Multiple EpiPens are really useful. More so than multiple morphines, I think. Wow. All the bandages. Oh, how many bandages do we need exactly? 4 will do. 5. Let's take 5. 5 will do. Yes, 5. I need 5 bandages. There was an EpiPen behind the door in the medical. Okay. How many EPIs do I have? 2. So there was. Oh, fuck those bullets. Let's go. I'm bored of this now. Let's go, go, go. Time to go and find a gun. A big gun. A big boy gun with a big boy scope and some bullets. Ginger Ale, I've played some other games. DayZ is the game that I enjoy doing, but I did something like 400 or 500 hours of Tarkov and PUBG back in the day, years ago. I just play what I enjoy, you know. I think as a streamer you should be true to what you enjoy. You know, a good example of that would be Deadly Slob, who used to be a DayZ streamer only. Deadly Slob is great, by the way. I don't know him brilliantly well. I know him a little bit from when he used to play DayZ. But Deadly Slob plays whatever he wants to play, and towards the end of when he was a DayZ only streamer, he was really not enjoying it anymore. In fact, you could tell. And I remember when PUBG came out, I watched a video of his, and he was pretty much saying something in the game about how so badly he needed this, and he was really like, in other words, he was desperate to be on PUBG. You know, when PUBG came out for me, I wasn't desperate to be on it. I had a bit of fun with it, but I still wanted to stream DayZ. It's the game that I play, you know. And as a streamer, that's kind of what you need to do, is just be true to yourself. He was, and he went and he's done brilliant things, and he's done amazingly well with Tarkov and other games since, and fair play to him, well deserved as well, you know. Whereas I have done perfectly fine and I'm happy where I am, because I'm not really a gamer like he is, you know. I'm a DayZ player, you know. I spent 10 years playing Call of Duty, and I've pretty much played every Call of Duty from, well, maybe not 10 years, but at least 8. I played every Call of Duty religiously from Modern Warfare, COD 4, until COD Ghosts. I fell out of love with it, and I fell in love with DayZ, and that's been it ever since, you know. That's kind of like how I am. I've always been a bit like that. If something else comes along and it tickles my fancy and I really, really love it, I'll play that, but it hasn't happened yet. Like, I feel like for me that the game that will replace DayZ will be a sequel to DayZ, or maybe one day somebody will do a version that's better, but I doubt it. Hi Shaddy, hope you're good, thanks for coming in. I did get to the point when Tarkov was doing alright where I could get the same audience figures on Tarkov as I could on DayZ. And if I'd kept playing it, I'd have kept getting a bit better at it. Maybe I could have grown a bit on it, but I just didn't like it as much, you know. I didn't enjoy it the same. So Revive Turbo, thank you for the 10 months. Lockie, thank you very much too. I've played a few other things. I played through one of the Resident Evils. We did the re-edition, the PC version of the first Last of Us. I played through that in a few days, but there isn't much that tickles my fancy. I probably will play That single-player survival game that comes out in a month, and I can't for the life of me remember what it's called off the top of my head now. But I'll probably give that a run. That'll be fun for a little while. I have seen that, Max. Yes, it's inside the. That's the sort of leaked thing inside the Chernobyl, right? The elephant's foot thing. Yeah, I think I have found that. I've not been there for ages though. Road to Vostok. Thank you, Callums. Yeah, I'll probably have a bit of a go on Road to Vostok when it comes out. Cheers, Jamie. Take it easy, dude. How often do I check out other games? Hardly ever, Diker, because there's hardly ever anything that's coming out that seems like it's going to be right for me. You know, it's open world survival that I'm kind of after. A few people are mentioning Artem. I've not really had a good look yet, but maybe. It's a bit of a shame that this gassed, because you can get stuff up there. It can be okay for loot. The gas is kind of frustrating. How is not playing COD religious thing, Dr. Taup? What I mean is, I'm always more of a one game kind of guy, you know. So I find the thing that I really like and I stick with it until I get fascinated by something else, if it happens. For me right now, if it weren't for DayZ, I don't think I'd be a gamer, which is what I'm meaning. You know, I was at the end of my tether with COD. I didn't really enjoy first-person shooters anymore. I don't think there was anything that was going to keep me playing Call of Duty every year, and there was nothing else really for me. So it was kind of... DayZ is what made me carry on, if that makes sense. It's what made me still interested in gaming. Most everything else doesn't really hold my interest. But I'm not... when I say I'm not a gamer, what I mean is that if I went to a big gaming event and there was loads and loads of games on show, like the latest whatever, Grand Theft Auto and the latest, I don't know, all the different franchises that they have from FIFA to whatever, Call of Duty, Battlefield and so on, I couldn't give a fuck, you know. I could walk around there and not found one game that I wanted to play. That's kind of what I mean. I'm not really a gamer, I'm a DayZ player, you know. That's the truth. That there isn't much else that makes me want to play it, which is why I turned down most sponsorships. You know, like I turned the amount I could make in revenue from game sponsorships, but I only do them if I actually want to play them, which is incredibly rare. You know, if it's a game I really want to play, I'll do the sponsorship. Beyond that, I won't, and so I hardly ever do any. Like, I do quite like Dying Light. I quite enjoyed it, so I did Dying Light last year. That's the only sponsorship I've taken in the last year. I nearly did one with Squad. I nearly did one with Squad, but I pulled that late because I just didn't want to do it. Frankie on PC was what got me into DayZ, Ginger Ale. Yeah, it was his video, same as you, dude. I saw your other message, yeah. Right, we can't go there. The gas says no. What stolen glory, Underhill? I've lost my chain of events there, but yeah. Artem, it's called Midel. Artem. A lot of people are talking about Artem. It's an upcoming survival game of some sort. Oh, Underhill, yeah, I didn't see yours, but Ginger Ale, I saw him talking about Frankie as well, but it's all good. Muttley, yeah, I still enjoy it. I'm playing Chernarus today, because I want to, you know, like I should be carrying on my Deer Owl character, but I just want to play Chernarus, you know, like I want to enjoy this. It's fun. I know I've had a bad run today, but I still wanted to do this map. You know? Frankie's still making videos fairly recently, Ginger Ale. He's produced some videos on different games, a couple on DayZ, but not so many. Yeah, cheers, Martley, dude. Thanks for the kind words, by the way. Yeah, Bill, it's just a very different game. There's no one else that's made a version that's more DayZ-like. There are other survival games in the genre that suit different styles of players. You know, if you want base building and base raiding and those kind of things, then Rust is maybe a better version. If you want that, but with some different angles, then maybe you might want Ark or whatever. You know, like. There are some others like Scum as well, but if you want more about the adventure and the life that you're on and the interactions with the people you meet along the way, I think DayZ is the best at that by a fair way, you know. So didn't make it past here yesterday when we were playing with Z-Rams, unfortunately. This is where I died. Yeah, that's a good question, Coach, yeah. Paul's favourite dinosaur, Iguanodon. Purely because I remember doing a thing at school and I made a... Fuck me, that actually scared me and it's a fucking fox. Oh, shit. I had to make a great big collage of a dinosaur and I picked an Iguanodon. It was a huge old thing. We had to do a write-up about it as well. Fucking foggy, isn't it? I've still got the gamma on. I think we can probably leave it on for now. Right, I guess we're going to the summer camp. Don, getting in the property market is incredibly hard nowadays. Yeah, the average price of houses in the UK has gone up immensely. Yeah, I think it's the same everywhere, but there's a whole host of factors. Let's not get into politics. Let's completely avoid it. But the cost of a new home is a lot more than it used to be, and the average earnings have not gone up in the same rate. So the proportion of your wage needed to pay a mortgage, if you could get one, is a lot higher than it used to be. And the mortgage payment on the house I'm in here is fucking insane, but I'm in a very lucky position that I'd got some savings. I could have the deposit, I could sort the deposit out and move in here, you know. But like when I first broke up, when I was legitimately 38, well 37 actually, when I first broke up I was not even 38, let's say that, from my ex-wife, and I moved back to my parents. I was fucked, you know. Like I was a little bit in debt, well, quite a bit in debt. I had nothing. Yeah, the idea that I might have a house with a mortgage even seemed impossible, you know. I'm just kind of lucky. Yeah, you can get the DMR on Chernarus. If you're playing on official, it only spawns at helicopter crash sites and military convoys. This rain sucks ass. I don't know why I got 2 scopes, but I'm keeping them for now. Ben, yeah, that's good. Unfortunately, when I moved in, I had to. I felt obliged to tie in. I was absolutely sure that the mortgage rate was going to go down, but I moved in. So I've been in the house a year. In 2 weeks, I moved in. Well, I actually completed on the house on the 28th of March, so 12 days away last year. And I just took the minimum tie-in deal. I tied in for 2 years, but I think the mortgage rate's gone down 3 times since then, so I'm on a higher rate than I could have been if I'd stayed on the standard. But I don't know, staying on the standard is always a risk if things really change. You never know, so it's better to be a little safe than sorry. But I took the minimum tie-in so that I could then remortgage expecting the rate to come down, which so far it has. You never know, but... Well, yeah, that's true. I know I'm painting it as being lucky, but I did go hell for leather to grow this thing that's done well, and it didn't just happen. You know, there was a little bit of luck in finding it, a little luck in falling into it, a little luck in growing an audience, but there was a lot of effort put in as well along the way. You know, like learning to edit and keeping at it and editing my own videos while streaming for 8 years and taking on editors and so on. You know, like. Yeah, there's been a lot of graft along the way, as well as playing a video game, which is not necessarily graft, but there's a lot of other things beyond that, you know. So, but I still feel lucky that I found it, you know, like in the same way as, I don't know, somebody that's trying to make a living from whatever they do. Maybe they're writing books, or maybe they're telling jokes and becoming a comedian or whatever. You get different levels, you know. You get people that are comedians that are Ricky Gervais level. That's not me. Whoa. Oh, fuck off. I've got a guy running straight in front of me, looking like he wants a bullet in the back, and then the fucking server goes down. I'm not going to shoot him when I get back in. I'm just going to go back in and then just run the way I need to go. I'm not going to even try. I'll have to sit there and wait. He could take ages to log in. I can't be bothered. Rumpus, I guess that's true, but it's not so much about being happy with the rate. I believed it would go down, and it did, but it's still better to be safe than sorry, because you just never know, you know. But yeah, no, I'm doing all right. I feel I have paid off some of the mortgage already. I've got... over and above my monthly thing, I paid 10% of my entire mortgage off in the first year. I'm allowed to pay 10% next year as well, so I'm hoping to do the same again. Which is good, because God Almighty, the first few years of a mortgage, you pay absolutely nothing off the principal. You're paying it. Like my mortgage payments are high, and I think 60% of everything I'm paying is just paying off the interest. It's insane. Like each monthly payment, I think about 40% of the whole thing actually goes off the principal, which everybody with a mortgage already knows this, but nonetheless, it's still annoying as fuck. Anthony, yeah, that run with Crazy Chris was so cool. I think that was my funniest ever interaction. Sloth, you can have whatever you want to have. I'm on a 20-year. It's not fixed though. I'm on a 20-year mortgage, and it's fixed for 2 years only, and then it goes to a variable rate unless I want to refix. But I'm on a 20-year mortgage. However, I'm fully intending to pay it off sooner than that. Paid over 30k last year, 8k of that was the principal. Holy fuck. That's exactly what I mean, yeah. It is, Kuad, but the difference as well, if you can just pay off a little bit extra each year, because anything you pay off, there are other things you can do with your money that might be better than paying your mortgage off, by the way, especially if you're young, you know, investing into something long term that can compound. But if you're the age I am, then trying to do a little bit of both is probably wise, you know. Like, I don't really want a 20-year mortgage at the age of something a little bit more than 38. You logged in front of me.
I seem to watch a bit more on YouTube, but try to make sure I visit Twitch at least once a month so I can give you my, free to me, Prime sub. Good to see you, old man.
I wasn't going to, but then I saw the guns. I felt I had to. The fuck is this dude doing with an M4? Holy shit, poor bastard. And an AKM, what the shit? He's got these from a convoy. He's found a military convoy on his travels. That's why he's got no vest and crazy good gear. Oh my god, just... Cool. Poor guy. Fucking hell. He had such a come up with his convoy that he found. That's a fucking MVG scope. The fuck has he had that from? Poor dude. Oh well. Better him than me. Kind of like LAR mag. AKM with no mag. Okay. Oh, I don't know where he is. Fuck it. I was going to just have a look at getting a couple more Chevron steaks, but I can't really be bothered. I don't think it's worth the risk. probably need one of those rail things. Yeah, I had to kill the man. Why not just get 38? That's not actually a bad shout, you know. Getting 38 would be kind of funny. That's not a bad shout. Possibly. All that boom and no plate carrier. Muttley, yeah, like I say, he probably found the guns from... The Mosin, not so, but the guns and the scope will have come from a convoy. There is a convoy spawned from the direction the dude was coming from as well, so yeah. Cold at the moment. I think the M4 does jam. Yeah, certainly I was having that issue the other day. It was jamming, even with good condition, like pristine mag and a worn gun, it still jammed after like 6-7 bullets. Fuck. It after about 7 or 8 bullets. 7 or 8 bullets. I said 7 or 8. No one say it. No one heard it. Everyone shut up. Ginger Ale, a convoy it's a bit like a helicopter crash site, but it's normally on a little track or a lane. You can see where they spawn on iSurvive or something like that, but it's a row of 5 or 6 military vehicles, tanks and jeeps and such like, that spawn end game loot. Like on Livonia you can find SVDs on a convoy. On here you can get M4s and DMRs by the look of it. Yeah, I think the AK would be better if I could fix it up. Muttley, I was getting jams with 60 round mags, 40 round mags, the whole lot. It was so bad I just swapped it out for something else as soon as I could. I certainly had a jam with 60s, and people were saying the 40s were better. I put a 40 in, and it jammed while they were both still in good condition. The mag was pristine, the gun was worn, and it still jammed. So I don't trust it, as far as I can throw it, and I can throw it pretty long, I suppose. So I don't know if I'm making my point here. I ain't making my point here. What we need is a nice blaze to go with the bullets that we have. Oh, that's good. Okay, PU scope for the Mosin is also pretty handy. There's a zombie to the right. $20 slots? How many slots is my one? Parker is worst insulation. I guess this will be too once it's been wet, but anyway, let's do it. Do it, do it, do it. You can do it. Put your back into it. Oh, it's pristine. I thought it was demolished. Oh well. Fuck it. Ammo damage doesn't affect your chance to jam anymore, Miles. They changed that a while ago. So damaged or badly damaged ammo doesn't affect whether you jam or not. It hasn't done for a good while. Only thing that affects whether you jam or not is bad luck, and then whether your gun or your mag is damaged. Mostly whether your gun or mag is damaged, but ammo doesn't matter. Unless it's ruined, but you can't load ruined ammo, so you're okay. They used to have it so that damaged rounds and badly damaged rounds would affect your chances of jamming, but that was because you could only get damaged rounds if they got damaged on you. You know, every round you found was pristine. You'd find bullets only pristine, and then maybe you'd get shot by a shotgun. It would pepper your bag, and some of your rounds might get damaged, right? So it used to have a chance to affect your ability to jam or not. However, when they made it so you could literally go and find a load of bullets and they were all badly damaged, they took away the bit where they needed to be fixed. Sounded like an R700 in the very long distance. What's my favourite assault rifle? I really like the M16 actually, but I probably would say in the history of the game I've done the best with the the AK-74. I always seem to do really well with it, the 545 AK, but I'd probably say my favourite is the AUG-AX, maybe, but there ain't a lot in them. Most of the assault rifles are basically the same as good as. There are very minute differences, so I'm kind of alright with any of them, really. The M4 is my least favourite right now, just because it seems to jam like fucking crazy. If I could find an M16, I'd swap. What's your favourite secondary? In brackets, sniper. My favourite primary, as in sniper rifle, Tobias. My favourite primary is the Blaze is my favourite gun in the game, but probably not the best. I wonder why you don't use the M16 when you have it. I do use the M16 when I have it. I just don't have it right now. How many scopes does one man need? 12T. Do I ever miss old DayZ 6162? No, I think that particular era DayZ was pretty shite, if I'm honest. Some people really liked that era. I don't. I hated 6.2. I hated it. It took forever. I'm glad it's gone. I certainly didn't like the game when it went 1.0, don't get me wrong, but it's improved a lot since then. There are still things I'd like to see changed a little bit, don't get me wrong, but I prefer this now to 6.2. 6.2 was dire for me. How hyped am I for Badlands? Not really yet, dude. I'll be excited when we've got a release date and it's fairly close, you know? Like, I'm not excited for like a random point in time in the future that I don't know when it is yet, you know. So when there's a release date and it's nearer. Do you realistically think that BI will make a DayZ 2? Yes, I do. That subject comes up quite a bit. Of course I do, yeah. Because BI is a company and they like to sell things to make money. And they will sell millions and millions of copies of a new version of DayZ one day, and I'm sure there will be one, but it'll be after Armour 4. BK18, that kind of sucks. Oh my word, Simon, that sounds delightful. The neighbour just knocked with a couple of scones, clotted cream and strawberry jam. Holy fuck. I want to see the one that's just come out. What's it? The space one with that's made by the dude that made The Martian, or written by the dude that made The Martian. That one. I want to see that. It's meant to be really, really good. I forget what it's called, but I should remember. But that, I want to see that. Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary, yeah. I'm kind of excited to see Project Hail Mary. I think I might wait, though. I think I'm going to see it. I hope it's still out in the cinema, but I think I might wait and see it with a certain person when she visits, with any luck. Tavon, we don't discuss that subject here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be a bit vague, but yeah, it's one that we don't do. Sorry, dude. A movie date, exactly, yeah. Hi, C-Man. Yeah, there was 2 videos that were part of a series. The first one was called landing a helicopter on an aircraft carrier or something like that. It was something weird and wonderful like that. And the second one was called stealing a helicopter from a base or something. If you search my name and stealing a helicopter, that'll be the first video that comes up. So the one where the guy spawns into the heli and I kill him, it'll come up if you search for that. Stealing a helicopter DayZ and my name, you'll find it. Project Hail Mary is recommended by the critical drinker, and he rarely endorses modern movies. That's good. That's good then. I watched Begonia the other day. I thought that was pretty good. Personally, I don't think it was like out of this world or anything, but I probably enjoyed it a touch more than what won the Oscar last night. The Wes Anderson one. That was okay, but I thought Project Hail Mary was... Sorry, not... I thought Begonia was more fun to watch, personally. I thought it was kind of cool. Do you want to see Wrexham in the top flight? I don't really care, if I'm honest. I've not really bought into the whole show and celebrity side of it. But if they get into it, it'll be a hell of a story. But I don't really give a shit, if I'm honest. It's one of those where if you're into the sport, the only people that really, really care are the football fans of the team of Wrexham. You know, like everyone else just sees it as... bankrolled by rich owners, I guess, which is still cool, but I've never been that interested in it, so I've never really bothered. Swim, yeah, you're the second person that's seen it and the second person that said it's very good, so that's positive. A little bit worried about how damaged the Tundi is, but I don't know why I'm taking that. Let's just leave those. I quite enjoyed One Battle After Another. I've only seen it once. I don't know. It was a decent film. I did find it a little bit strange in certain ways, like the ending. I don't want to talk about plot because it's still fairly recent, but Sean Penn's character and what he chooses to do at near the end, or what he chooses to believe near the end, I don't get it. But anyway, let's not discuss it in detail. I just think like his character would never have just done it. Yeah, I understand that, Sloth Dad, but after what had happened it earlier on, there's no way that would have... No way. Tell us about your dinner. I've had it. It was minted lamb burger with sweet potato mash and some courgettes and peppers. It's pretty good. It was pretty good. That's the R700 again. Somewhere near Grashino.
TRMZ potato shaker. TRMZ love.
Bomber, thank you very, very much. Creepy Cactor, sorry, I think I missed yours. Thank you for the Prime, that's really kind. Bomber Stem, thank you for the 28. Another knife. Oh, pristine knife, let's add it to the collection. 3 pristine hunting knives and all is well. I like that. Liquid, I normally adjust 1 or 2. I don't normally need to adjust many because I like them, but sometimes, like, there's 1 or 2 that I'm not as keen on. Like, they do a few things that have got coconut in, and I'm never that much of a fan. Like coconutty curry type stuff. I always find them a bit weak, so I normally swap those out for something else. So I check once a week and I amend them, but I normally only swap 1 or 2 out because most of them I like. Yeah, I like the Thai green curry, that's okay. And the red. I've watched War Machine. It's kind of bad, Jason. I did watch the whole thing, but it wasn't great. I quite like Alan Richardson, so I stuck with it, but it really wasn't great. I don't like Bounty's Harry. No, I can't stand him. You're still sitting at the airport gate for 5 hours, are you, Wolf? That sucks. Now here I sit with a cancelled flight, no luggage and 0 plan in a city. Ah, oh, wolf face, that sucks. I hope they can do something for you. Bounties are always a contentious topic. Oh, I quite like people. Harry, you're welcome around here if you like them, because is it celebrations they're in, you can have the fucking whole lot. Like, you'll get offered extra celebrations if you like bounties, because you can eat those fuckers, and then I can have the nice ones. I actually dropped my shotgun, my other Tundra on the ground with some bullets in it. I didn't mean to, so we'll go back and sort that out. I was told that the older I get, the more I need to avoid eating before sleeping. Are there any hobbies I should give up? I don't know what your hobbies are. Oh, if eating before sleeping is a hobby, then I'd suggest you need new hobbies anyway. The flight length is pretty brutal, Wizard. It's the time difference is the bigger problem with the flight, but it's about 10.5 hours to get there. But she can come here as well. She is coming here next month, so that's good news. So there's going to be quite a lot of time off in April, I'm afraid to say. But, well, I'm not afraid to say. I'm very much looking forward to it. The R700 stopped shooting. Something else. So who's moving? Well, nobody yet, OJ. Nobody yet. But I think it might be a little bit of like one person moves to one place for a few years and then we both move somewhere else after. That would be my guess. I think that's true, Topper. Yeah, most people in our family don't seem to like the bounty. We're all bounty haters. I still will eat them, but I'll eat them like out of desperation because that's all that's left, and I don't really want them. But I want to bask in the glory of the formerly nice sweets, and they're all gone. So I'll just eat the bounties and begrudge it. Like I'll eat them, but I'll be annoyed about it. Moved to Oregon, it's great here. Oh, if it weren't for the fact that I had kids, dude, I'd be fairly keen to be doing so. Yeah, I think it would be a fun adventure. I'd like it, but my kids are still relatively young at 17 and 14, and I don't want to be moving out of the UK until they're a little bit older than they are now. You know, I have responsibilities that I need to attend, you know. Fuck me, I thought that was the one with the thing in it. It's this one. That looks cool, doesn't it? Get a couple more. You could make the frisbee thing from Krull. Fair enough, Harry. I haven't seen Krull in so long. I mean, years and years. Like 30 years, probably. Yeah, why not just 38? It's not a bad idea, you know, Michael. Thank you. That's not a terrible idea. Robbo, thank you for the Prime. And Buzzkill, I feel like I missed yours, dude. Thank you for the 60 months. Cheers for visiting Twitch once a month, Buzzkill. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Wicked. That's not normally the castle they use for the events. Normally the castle that's used in Ariana's castle events is the castle more over towards Lopatino. That's what it is in the UK shotgun. It's a chocolate bar, but they do little mini ones in like a selection thing where you get them. They're about, I don't know, just about an inch long and half an inch deep and wide, roughly. They're not quite the accurate measurements, but it's not far off. Ever think of getting a tattoo to remember your dad? No, not really. I don't need a tattoo to remember my dad, to be honest. I don't need one that way. I think about him quite a lot. I was thinking about him last night, to be honest. But no, I don't need something like that as a memoriam. That I understand it's important to some people, and you know that makes sense. But I don't need one. My dad never had any tattoos. It wouldn't be meaningful to him or to me, you know. When was the last time you played Banov? When I played it with Muller and we both died to the aliens despite having 3 or 4 mags for assault rifles and mag dumping into them. Why is it so cold? There's been a lot of shots around here, but I'm not exactly sure where. I don't have any tattoos at the moment, Bakers, no. There was a mushroom, was there? Okay, well, there's definitely been players around. I don't know exactly where they are, but we could be near them now. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Oh, bollocks. It showed as being in good condition. Oh, fuck off. I've got to go back. Where I left my Tundra, it was in good condition, and I left it. My Tundra had a pristine scope. But when I picked it up, this scope looked in good condition. Now it's tatty as fuck. It physically looked in good condition, and I didn't check it, and sometimes it does look in good condition, and it's not, and then you... Oh. Ralph, I'm definitely not a PC specialist myself. I've been sponsored by them for around 3 years, I think, which is cool. They're the only sponsor I've ever had as a streamer, like actually a sponsorship for the stream. I'm very grateful to have them. They've been very, very good to work with as well, and I do use them for my PC stuff, obviously, you know. Oh, bollocks. Yeah, you're wrong, Scarface. It's not modded, Greasy, it just happens. It's kind of weird. It's a vanilla scope. I don't think they mind shotgun. I don't think they're too worried. I think they don't mind a bit of a sense of humour, I'm pretty sure. It's all stolen loot from that poor boy earlier. Well, the Tundra and the scope I actually found myself, so up your bum. The scopes I already had 2 of, and I dropped one of them and then dropped the other one by mistake, it seems. Have I played much Takistan? I played it a few times when Zero put it on rotation, but I'm not a huge lover of Takistan. It's just a bit... It's probably why I'm not a huge lover of Avalon, although I think the colour palette of Avalon's kind of cool, but it's good for long-range snipes, but at Takistan I'm talking about here. it very much more suits really heavily modded servers. You need vehicles and aerial vehicles, helicopters and the like, and probably base building. You know, it doesn't really suit more vanilla-y style DayZ. Not so often, Hat. Not very often. Occasionally, but very rarely. I think I left it just under the stairs. Where the fuck did I leave it? Anyone remember? Haha. There we go. I'm gonna need food. I really need food. I'm gonna go a different way. I'm gonna try and find myself some food. Yeah, the Guardian Angel video was great. Unfortunately, it turned out that the dude that was in it was a fucking cheat, though. So he, like, it felt a little too good to be true when I'm playing with him, but it was just about feasible. But like, we'd just crest a hill, and he'd be like, "Oh, there's 3 players ahead. There's one in the tower," and I'm like, "That tower's 600 meters away, and there's nobody. How the fuck are you?" So he was clearly cheating, but it felt at the time like he was just a little too good, but it was impossible to be sure. But he got caught later on, like he was driving a car and he spotted players in the distance over a hill and stuff, so he ended up getting banned for cheating. He was on another stream. I think he was teaming up with Ceramore, and in the same week he teamed up with a load of different streamers on the same server. You can kill a fox and eat it. Yeah, you don't get crazy load of meat off it, but you get some. I think I might make a fire. Gonna get somewhere. Oh, here will do. I've got the cooking pot. I'm just going to cook these 2 bits of meat, and also I'm going to try and dry up. I've been light blue for ages, and it's starting to get right on my fucking tits. That sounded close. Wizard, yeah, I crashed again. First time I've crashed in a while. I don't know what's causing it, but I've reached out to my contact at PC Specialist, and I'm hopeful that we'll get somewhere overnight into tomorrow. Well, not overnight, but hopefully tomorrow. I don't know what the reason is, but let's not try. I don't mean you here, by the way, but let's not try and fix it now for those that are about to try and be helpful. Please don't try and be helpful. It makes me grumpy. Ay. This feels worth it for both the food, but also more importantly for the fact that I've been wet for ages and I just cannot get warm. Let's talk about the fish and chips you had. They were glorious. The best thing I did, right, I went in the chippy and said, can I have a large cod and regular chips, please? Which, large cod's pretty big in the UK. It's quite expensive. I don't know how much it was, but I think it's about 12 or 13 pounds just for the fish nowadays. It's a lot of money. But anyway, compared to what it used to be, because everything's gone up, obviously. A large cod and regular chips, and she misheard me, so I got large cod and large chips, which the large chips in most chippies is enough for 2 people. Anyway, I got home with my large cod, large chips and curry sauce, and I ate the fucking lot. I ate all the chips. I ate all of it. It was really good. The only thing, around my way, there's a couple of different chip shops. The one I like the best isn't open on a Sunday. So I had to go to a different one, and it was still good. The batter was amazing, but the fish wasn't quite as good as maybe it would be at the other place. You know, like the fish was a little bit wet somehow. It didn't feel flaky and unctuous. It wasn't quite as good. The batter was great. Overall, I was really enjoyed it, but the fish is slightly better at the other place. How can a food place be closed on a weekend? Musker, it's probably something to do with the nature of fish and chips. It's a weird thing, but fish and chips is traditionally eaten on a Friday in the UK. Now, I'm not saying that, but it's very less often eaten on a Sunday, and so it's actually probably, as far as takeaways go, a quieter day for a fish and chip shop. Which is probably why, like, people don't get takeaway fish and chips anywhere near as much on a Sunday. I know that sounds weird, but a lot of people have a traditional Sunday roast. They're much more likely to have that. And fish and chips, I guess, sells less. That's why they don't open. I've never tried battered skate wing, Harry. No, I haven't. I really like cod, so I'm always a bit fearful. I don't mind haddock. Haddock's pretty good as well, but I don't normally like to veer away from cod because I really like it. I got curry sauce, Johnny, yeah. I can't remember the name of that video, Bakers. It was on Sakal, and Sour shot me Oncon, and my buddy managed to kill him with a M79 grenade launcher. I think I was in a Voight team up, so it is on YouTube, and it's like, oh fuck me! How the fuck did I? I'm not having a lot of luck today. Fuck's sake! The shots were clean the other side of. Clean the other side of the castle, so to have someone stroll past me while I'm just cooking, that sucks. I'm really not having a lot of luck today, am I? Fuck me dead. Yeah, I was only there because of the scope. Exactly right. Oh, fuck's sake. That castle should have cooked there. There's nowhere to cook in the... Well, I can cook in the turret, but I don't think that's safer, dude. If anything, I'd say it's more dangerous, but... If I'd cooked at the castle and got killed there, you'd have been saying you shouldn't have cooked in the castle, you know? The reality is, after I die, you can always say that. But I don't think I was in a particularly bad spot. With hindsight, I wish I'd cooked somewhere else, but I didn't have hindsight beforehand, did I? You know? Yeah, because I'm streaming pure noise. You can't really do it while streaming so easy, dude. Fuck's sake. I don't remember having a zombie kill players for me, Monkey Dust. Hello.
How you doing, mate?
I'm very good, mate. What are you after?
You want a rotten zucchini?
No. Thank you. I just finished the last one. I don't need another.
Oof.
I'm full. I'm all full of rotten zucchini.
Which end? Which end have you filled yourself with the zucchini?
Fuck off! Oh fuck, that's a lot of Zeds. I don't want to talk, I'm too grumpy now. Leave me alone, cheery guy. Uh-oh. 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 You're a zombie trapping machine, Paul. I just wish I was blessed with a different perk. I am good at trapping zombies in. It is one of the things I am actually good at in DayZ, but I wish I was good at shooting and stuff. You know? Like, shooting would be good. I know I'm alright, don't get me wrong, but nonetheless. I wish I could transfer a little bit out of the zombie trapping in perk and put it into something else, you know? I don't think that hit, but it felt like it was kind of close. Yeah, I'm not talking at the moment. I'm trying to listen for the dude.
Little pig, let me in.
spider hairs on your chin. I know where you are. Where are you? Oi. Oi. Where the fuck did he go, the coward? Oh, fuck off. Must have had only a couple of bullets in the pistola or something like that. Getting a bit of desync. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to relog. I can't. This. Ugh. It grinds my gears. Can't get my gun out. I have to relog. I can't even get a gun out. This server you have to wait 10 minutes to log after combat. I don't think you do if your hand state bugged and you're logging straight back in, dude. I don't think they would do that. If you've got proof that you were bugged, I think you'd be okay. It doesn't work, Fernando. Nothing actually truly works with that, no matter what you do. Lie down, press all the WASD buttons, whatever you do, it still comes back. See, it wouldn't let me get the gun out, but now I'm back in here. The gun is actually still in my hand. Pistol first floor. On the door. What, in here? What room do you mean? You might mean in the police station, I don't know, but I ain't finding it in here. Oh, there's a Magnum there. So you mean, yeah, okay, this is what you meant by first floor. This is not the first floor to me. It might be if you... I'm not going to have that debate. In America, this is the first floor. In the UK, this is not the first floor. Most of the rest of the world, this is not the first floor. But it's okay. It's just a point of difference. Let's not argue about it. We can both be right. Who cares? Yeah, the ground floor. It's a little bit like counting. And this, I'm not trying to be facetious. I understand it's different in other places, but like effectively, the ground is like zero. Like you're on the ground, you walk in, you're on the ground level, and you go up to 1. You know, a bit like in your hands, you have nothing, and then you put an apple in your hands. You've now got 1 apple. Zero apples, then you have 1 apple. So we count the ground effectively as 0 because you're already on it. But it doesn't really matter. Like I say, I understand it's different in different places. I knew that was going to happen. One shot. Oh, dude, I'll help you. Dude, let's go. Let's have it. You're not the guy with the gun.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Oh. Fuck's sake, now I've got no bullet. I'm fucked now. Fuck me, oh my god. Fuck. He's right there. Oh, fuck me. There's somebody here. Fuck! This guy's the Toyminator. He can't be shaken. Surely he can't still be following. It's like I'm in Butch and Sundance. Who is this guy? Fuck off. Nice, that's handy. I think I've lost him this time, surely. I've got one segment of a bandage left, which isn't ideal, but let's go. Fuck him.
I fuck your potato.
Matt Alphabet, thank you very much. Hateful Penguins, thank you. Bakersfield, you can blame me for your last death. Fair enough, Bakers. Yeah, it's all your fault. I don't think it is. Jack Burton, thank you very much for the support. Thanks for the Prime. Jack Burton, DW. Robin Hood, thank you for the gifted sub as well. Cheers, dude. Thank you. Those guys weren't together because the other dude was dead on the street. He was dead by the door. When I came out the house, he was dead on the doorway. I'm pretty sure. I did think I might get shot at the well, to be honest. I was like, the dude's probably just camping the well from somewhere. I thought that might be the case, but I looked around briefly. I didn't see anything. I was like, fuck it. What have I got to lose? Turned out I had everything to lose and little to gain. Gun has a chambered round. No, it doesn't, dude. See how it's half a round? You see that? That means it's been fired. It's got the casing in it. That's what that symbol means. It's not a bullet symbol, it's the casing. I fired the last round at the dude. God, that last death at the fire really fucking sucks. What do you get if you kill Bigfoot? You get to check underneath his fur to see if it's true what they say about people with big feet or not.
_ TRMZ love.
Wildchild, thank you very much for the 6-month membering. Wurzel, thank you as well. Let's just check these. I do need to go to a well, but I don't know if we might wait till Krasnstav. Nice. Food is good. That dude's just the fucking boss of Svetlo, isn't he? If you cook the meat, will the cooked meat still go rotten? Yes, but it takes about 6 hours in game time.
Still churnusing.
Do I have large hands? I don't, desync, but they look large when I hold my cock. Freaky, thank you for the 5 months too. Thank you. Rene, thank you for the bits. SFPO, thank you as well. T-Bone, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate the super chat.
Because you'll still live. Love you.
I actually contemplated jacking it in when I died at the fire, but it felt a little early.
Hey, fuck your potato.
Robin, dude, thank you very much. Your potato. Thank you. Freaky Finn, thank you again. T-Bone, thank you very much. And Robin Hood, thank you. Any guys here, P, sitting down? Is there an age appropriate where is there an age where it becomes appropriate? I tell you when it becomes appropriate, Sloth Dad, when you're pissing in your own house. If you've got half a brain and you're pissing in your own house, sit down. Otherwise, feel bad for pissing on the floor, because it happens. No matter what anyone says, nobody's perfectly 100% accurate. If you're pissing in your own house, sit on your own toilet. However, if you're in a public environment, stand up.
Keep doing you.
Chris, yeah, I hope it went well, dude. Thanks, T-Bone, dude. That's really kind. Thank you for the super chat, dude. Thank you. And Robin Hood, thank you for the gifted subs times 10, I think that is. Thank you. Cheers, Robin Hood, T-Bone. Thank you very, very much, both. You're very, very kind. Thank you. I don't normally bother coming here. It's a modded version of the Northeast Airfield on this server, but kind of eager for loot, so let's go and see if we can find some. I bet he doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. Yeah, I don't think anybody does. That sounds very good, Mustala. Very cool. MVGs on Deir Isle are rare as rocking or shit. Any military containers? There's one. With some top-notch military loot in them, and no mistake. Bust. What about this one? Okay, that's alright. Somebody must have got something better than that there, because it probably got dropped. But anyway. Oh, no, I didn't get it. What about this time? Yep, we got it. What is that? Pioneer? No, okay. I'm going to carry both. I'm going to get it in a sec. There's also some ACP rounds. Ooh. Oh, that's damaged as fuck, that, isn't it? Badly damaged. All we learn from that is that, well, most people already, well, a lot of people already knew it, Michael, but yeah, I do sit down to pee because I don't like cleaning up my own piss. Fair play if everyone else is 100% accurate, but I'm sorry, there comes a point where right near the end or right near the start, there is always a random point where it goes off at a slightly different tangent, or just as the stream's slowing down, it doesn't maintain its same pressure, and then it droops a little bit more than you were expecting, and then you're pissing on the toilet seat or you're pissing on the floor. Ain't nobody need to be cleaning that shit up. Where are you going? Oh, fucking hell, plate carrier, holy shit. Yellow armband. Yeah, he's a coward. Coward. Can't believe he had a plate. He hadn't fixed the plate either. That's confidence. There's a zombie with a plate over there. Holy shite. Didn't cut up the chicken either. Yeah, I don't know. It might just be trying to blitz through. May not be that new. May just be blitzing through and wanting to do it in a bit. Remember when I said you couldn't get plates here? You could get plates here. I don't, Coach. No, I think you're thinking of somebody else that's helpful. All I remember is that time you said that castle on Valning was great for loot, and I checked it a billion times and there was never anything. I remember that really, really well. He also might have been thinking, I'm going to get another zombie with a vest, and so I'll get it in a minute. Oh, dear me. Chambered Pioneer. I would expect the dude got kind of a bit overrun with Zeds. I don't even see him. They must have a scope though. Fucking hell is this guy? Guy is shooting from another map. It fucking feels like it. I feel like it's the Toyminator from before. I don't know where the dude went. He seems... Well, that cross with the blue helmet kind of threw me for a sec.
How is this possible?
He was tracking across the airfield with me. He's not tracked me round the back there. I don't know where the fuck he went. Fuck me. Where did that shot come from? Aha. I think that's an SVD. How is this dude so geared here? Oh, I get the Z. I get the Z. Great. Tin Bender, thank you so much for the gifted membership. Really, really appreciate it, dude. Thank you. I don't think I'm going to do so well with a chambered pioneer against this dude. He looks like a bigger boy. It's not the guy from Svetlo, it's somebody else entirely. Fuck me dead. Kind of needs to be the other side of the slope now. No idea where the fuck I went. Aha. There he was. The fucking dude, like that dude's insane. That dude's fucking insane. Fair play though. I saw him right at the last second. Right, I'm afraid that is the end for now. I'm sorry guys, the last death I nearly ended. I am ending now. Fuck. His positioning was pretty good. What a fucking shite day. It was going to be a hard hit from there, to be honest. But yeah, I think it was an SVD with a scope. You know, chambered Pioneer versus SVD is not the easiest, but terrible shit day. It is what it is. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day, and hopefully we won't get any more crashes as well. Right, that's it for me, guys. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully we'll have a better day tomorrow. Maybe today might even push me on to Deer Isle for a bit. You know, like maybe we might carry on with the Deer Isle guy after the amazing PvP practice we've had today. How can I not be ready? Right, that's it for me, guys. Hopefully tomorrow we don't get any crashes. I'm waiting to see if I can work out what to do to try and fix the crash that I had today. We shall see. Take it easy, guys. Have a good one. I'll catch you soon. Love you. Bye.